Dear Hudson School community, I hope this message finds you well and that you are taking every necessary precaution to protect yourself and members of your family. Once again, the sudden rise in positive COVID-19 cases in Hudson and in Massachusetts is alarming, and it triggers a host of concerns related to everyone's safety around the community, including our schools. I cannot emphasize enough the need to maintain our schools operating in a hybrid model without disruption to the in-person learning. This week, we had 3 confirmed cases in our schools, 2 at Farley and 1 at the high school. As each case presents with different sets of circumstances and context, the rate of quarantine ranged from few individuals being quarantined to a whole elementary class transitioning to remote learning for 14 days. Our students need stability in both the educational component and the social-emotional component, which is mostly realized through the in-person connections with our teachers, staff, and their peers. Next week, we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving, a holiday that is known for great memories of large family gatherings, great food, and is also known to be the most traveled holiday of the year. After many months of turbulent, harsh living conditions under the pandemic, we all could use the warmth of a Thanksgiving gathering to soothe the mind and the soul. However, the reality in which we live today dictates otherwise. I know that it's unrealistic for me to ask all of you to refrain from traveling or for holding family gatherings during the Thanksgiving holiday next week. I do, however, ask that you take a reasonable approach to the holidays by practicing the following. If you are hosting, limit your guests to the closest family members and friends with whom you routinely interact in person. Ask everyone involved in the gathering to take the self-monitoring survey for everyone's protection and safety. Plan your gathering with social distancing as a priority for everyone's safety while enjoying the company of your loved ones. It is okay to ask everyone to wear a mask, except when eating. Those traveling to Massachusetts, make sure that they are adhering to the travel restrictions to Massachusetts, in this case, having had a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours prior to arriving into the state. If you are traveling locally or out of state, please practice the same measures as if you were hosting. Every attention to detail during the holiday will help us welcome everyone back to our schools on November 30th. And finally, make sure to complete the self-monitoring protocol for everyone in your household. If your child is experiencing any COVID-19 related symptoms, I ask that you keep your child home and contact the school. We will assist you with the next steps. Related to the holidays, I received some inquiries regarding the potential transition to remote learning from Thanksgiving holiday through the new year. Although a few districts in Massachusetts have opted for this learning model, I believe those districts presented with specific circumstances that supported the decision for such a move. The overall conditions in Hudson indicate that we can stay within the hybrid learning model through the holidays. Meanwhile, we are preparing for the winter season, and inevitably, we will have inclement weather that will impact the opening of our schools. As in the past, you will be notified via phone, email, and through social media of any changes to the school day. This year, the Commission of Education has allowed districts to use remote learning when applicable in lieu of snow days. We will consider the option of remote learning at each inclement weather event, and we will notify you accordingly. As we seek to reestablish routines, the principals are currently planning the parent-teacher conferences for this year. The logistics of the virtual version of the parent-teacher conference are being developed, and we hope to create a meaningful experience for both teachers and parents this year. Once the plans have been finalized, principals will inform their respective families of the format, dates, and times of the conferences. Once again, I would like to remind all families that all meals, breakfast and lunch, are free of charge for all students attending school in person through June 2021. In essence, any student can proceed to the cafeteria during lunchtime and enjoy a meal. No registration or identification needed. Please encourage your child to enjoy the healthy meals prepared daily at each one of our schools. Meals are also available for any Hudson family with children 18 years of age or younger. Meals are available on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Quinn Middle School. Families should go to the loading dock on the far left of the building for pickup. Finally, flu vaccination is mandatory this year for all students. Families have until December 30th to provide schools with the evidence of vaccination. Parents and guardians who have questions or concerns regarding flu vaccine should contact their respective school nurse or their primary care physician for information and guidance. Once again, thank you for listening. I count on you to plan and to prepare for a safe Thanksgiving holiday celebration. If we all take responsibility for our share and actively observe the mitigating practices known to be effective in preventing the spread of the virus, the pandemic will soon be gone. I sincerely wish you and your family a happy, safe, and restful Thanksgiving holiday. Despite the hardships and challenges that we have endured in 2020, we are strong, resilient, and we all have a lot to be thankful for. Be safe.